Here is a step-by-step branding process on how we would help Joaquin Phoenix create a plant-based milk brand. But first, hi, my name is Emiko Higman. I am the lead designer at Design Co, and we make unforgettable brands. So the first thing we would do is to research the target audience. You know, the kind of people that would actually want to buy this plant-based milk brand from Joaquin Phoenix. And since this is a no-brainer, we're going to target Gen X all the way down to Gen Z. But why include Gen X? One reason is that Joaquin Phoenix has been in the acting game for 40 years. Those who have been fan of his work since the 80s would definitely be Gen X. And since Joaquin would own this company, he would most likely promote the products himself. And for millennials and Gen Zers, majority of them are pretty familiar with his recent work. And on top of that, they're the driving force to shift toward plant-based food consumption within the industry. So investors, keep a lookout. Next, we would research how we're going to reach out to our people. And this is another no-brainer because it would obviously be social media. Having an online presence is pretty much your lifeline, especially if you're a brand or business. And the last segment of researching within the target audience is the subculture. And we already know that millennials and Gen Z are pretty adamant about authenticity, inclusiveness, and big one right here, social issues. So what kind of people comes to mind? People who are likely to be compassionate yet assertive, cares about everyone and the environment, and maybe they are a little bit health conscious. And you guessed it, vegans. Oh, and fun fact, guess who else is vegan? That's right, ye olde Joaquini. So now that we have created the customer avatar, it's time to create the brand's mission, value, and offer. Based on the info we gathered, the brand's mission and values should represent the vegan community, such as equality for everyone that would help save the lives of animals, all while helping the environment and their health. Now, what about the offer? How in the world are we going to distinguish ourselves from other big competitors in the market? Let's say this brand's mission and offer is to save up money and allocate that to opening up a sanctuary, and people can come to the sanctuary and spend time with the animals. But what if we take it a step further? Let's say that Mr. Phoenix wants to save up more of the money and allocate that into building a city that's sustainable, uses renewable energy, and grows their own food. And that sounds pretty cool. Kind of sounds like a solar punk city. So let's go with that. So now we've found out our offer, it's time for the fun part. Designing the logo and packaging. And based on the information that we gathered, we should go with something that's maybe playful, aesthetic, inviting, bold. And since we're gonna go with the solar punk theme, I actually found some solar punk names on this website. Some of the names stuck out to me, like Flur, which in French means flower, nonetheless associated with strength and resilience, which fairly well represents our subculture. I also stumbled across the spelling of how Flur would be pronounced, F-L-U-R. And this would actually be a perfect name because it is easy to remember by, has a play in spelling, and represents a deeper meaning. And for the style of the logo, a bold font would be ideal to instantly catch the shopper's attention and help them remember the brand better. And lastly, for the pièce de résistance, the milk carton packaging itself. When I was researching the solar punk art, a lot of the Art Nouveau style popped up. So that design was incorporated onto the packaging. But to make it one step further when it comes to marketing, to make the brand's mission stand out even more, there will be different kinds of cartons to tell the customers how far they reach in their goal of raising the money for the sanctuary city. And that's it. Fleur is born. Now the big question is, do you think Joaquin Phoenix would like his new plant-based milk brand?